Hi, my name is Noel Davis with World Composting, and today we're going to do an update on our African nightcrawler bin that has hamster bedding in it. Now, I've run out of hamster bedding to add to these bins as I had 2 bins that I was going through. Hamster doesn't go through that much bedding, and I also like to let the bedding sit for a little bit. I know that when I did an update on my reds last time, there was a slight ammonia smell to it, and when I say slight, I mean like I had a really smell for it. It wasn't like it was in my face, so I'm not worried about the bin itself, but I definitely need to make sure that this bedding material sits for a little bit to kind of break down and kind of get rid of the chemicals that are in there and let it just sort of evaporate into the air. So I do want to let it sit for longer before I add more. So what I've been doing is I've been adding food to these bins to kind of compensate for that. I don't want to just cut them off cold turkey from anything and then have them keep going through these castings. So I have been adding some food, and we're going to continue to do that until we can reintroduce castings. Now, the other option is, and I might do this, is actually harvest these bins and just go down to 1 bin maybe with this hamster bedding in it instead of having 2, because it is so much work having 2 of them instead of just 1 that I can sort of dump it all in. So with that, let's take a look at the system, see how it's doing. It's been about 12 days since my last update, and it's time to we're probably going to need some food in here. These worms are voracious eaters, these African nightcrawlers, and I bet they need some food. So we're going to take off the top, take a look, and I do have some food that is ready to go that has actually been sitting in my fridge overnight, so it should not be frozen because these worms don't really like those cold temperatures. And I've been keeping this bin warmer at about 80 degrees with my heating mat. So I think the worms should be doing really well, but let's take a look and let's get to it. All right, here's the system right here. Here's our last update on the 13th. And today is the 25th, so 12 days. I'm going to go ahead and put this sticker right on there right now. There we go, and I already have it marked in red because we are definitely going to probably add food this time, I would think. So I'm going to go ahead and push this down. As you can see, I haven't really done much with this system, other than maybe put in the temperature probe that I had. And again, I'm also using my left glove instead of my right glove. So first thing first, let's just take this off of here and take a look and see what's on here. Oh, I already see a baby worm on here again. We've got these baby worms going into this bubble wrap. I'm not sure if you can see them. Actually, there's a couple of them, but only a couple that I see. But that's always a good sign. There's actually another couple down here near this bubble right here where my finger is that I'm pointing to. So there's one right there, and there's another one over there. So these baby worms are taking off on these plastic covers that I've got on here, which is nice to see, and it's a good thing. Tons of worms here on the cardboard. Look at this. I mean, look at this. This is a massive introduction right here to these worms. Look at this. These guys are big. I mean, I almost wonder if, and somebody mentioned this, I almost wonder if sometimes this bin is a little too small for them. They can stretch across the entire thing in one shot. Look at that, they're bouncing around like crazy, but look at this. I mean, that worm right there, from here all the way down to here. And I think for the first time, I want to say that this right here is definitely a cocoon. It almost looks like, that looks like a red wiggler cocoon, but I don't have any reds in this system. So I'm just trying to put it right here in frame so it'll focus. But look at that. So I see 1, 2, 3. I see another baby right over here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wow, okay. Seeing a lot of cocoons here. But you can see, hopefully you guys can see them on the film here, but there's one right here, it looks like, right there. Over here. There. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Look at all of those. Okay, this is a great sign. This is the first I have seen where I've been able to find the cocoons. I thought they were supposed to look quite different than this. And these can't be reds that are in here. I can't imagine that my reds made it over to this system from another level on a shelf. And all this was fresh bedding when I put it in. So there's no way that reds were introduced into the system. But that is a good sign. Now, I'm going to go ahead and fold this up. I'm not sure where to put this, actually. You know what? I'm going to have to turn this over, knock these guys off of there. And I'll fold this up. I'm going to go ahead and put this on top of, now what is right there? That is new. This I've never seen in one of my bins before. Hold on here. That looks like a mealworm. I don't know where that came from. That is the first time I've seen one of those in any of my systems. I'm not sure where it came from. So we're going to go ahead and take them out, and I'm going to throw them off to the side. I don't really want those in there. Hopefully that's not what was laying eggs in here. That's the first time I've seen a mealworm. If you guys have ever seen those in your bin, let me know. I've never seen one in any of my systems. I've seen millipedes, I've seen some centipedes, seen plenty of roly-polies and stuff, but I've never seen that. Looks like it looks like a mealworm or something. So anyhow, tons of worms in here, as you could tell just from what we dumped off the cover here. We can almost have a small worm ball with that. And they're all through this material. And these are such large worms. I'm just always amazed by how large they are. So let's just keep this going here. This bag is really starting to break down, which is a great sign. Oh, here's another one of those. Guys, I don't know where these came from. I really have no idea. I don't know what I put in here that had them. Well, if I see any more, I'll keep taking them out. But now I'm wondering what's causing that to happen. I'm going to keep poking around in here, but that is the first I've seen of those. I mean, I doubt that they came from somewhere else in my basement. I've never seen them in another bin before. So let's just dig in this corner over here. See, the shavings are still here. I wonder if it's in the shavings or the hamster bedding in some way. But I haven't seen any in the red bin either, so that's kind of it's a new thing here. We'll have to pay attention to it and take a look maybe later. But so the shavings are taking a while to break down, as you can see in here. But we still have lots of castings, tons and tons of worms. They're all moving through these shavings as well. They are not shying away from it, which is a great sign. We're going to go ahead and mix this up. But look at this. We still got tons and tons of shavings in here. But tons and tons of worms too. I mean, just lots of them. They do like this material. I am going to take some of them out of here at some point and probably move them to a new system. Just because I'm worried about them having too many in one system like this, that they're going to start not doing as well. But then again, they seem to be doing great. Now this is where we fed last time, if I remember right. It was the center, and it's kind of mushy in here, but all the food is gone. All that food is gone. I mean, I'm not surprised at all. It was, if I remember right, I think I added the, what was it? The leftovers from my juicings. So this right here is taking a while to break down, the bag on this side. But again, we've got more large worms in here. So, doing a great job. Let's just dig in this corner right here. Again, more worms on this corner. Look at this. Look at this. I mean, it's amazing how many worms are in this system, really. And it seems like they're expanding. I mean, like, I know every time I look in here, it seems like there's more. But they're doing a great job in here. They're all mixed in. This bed was pretty warm at around 80 degrees when I took it off the shelf. I mean, you can just see right there, there's a ton of worms in that little section. Let's just dig in over here, even more worms. And this is why I did not want to put in freezing cold ice material as I have in the past for my systems. I really wanted to add something that was a little bit warmer. And that's where I did thaw out all this material, this food that we're going to add to this system. I can't believe how well this bin is doing. I mean, you can just see, I mean, there's just every handful has worms in it. They're doing a great job, although they have slowed down quite a bit on the this castings we had on this side, as far as the shavings, because I think these shavings they take a lot longer to break down, which doesn't surprise me. So what we're going to do is I think we're going to feed on this side. So we're going to go ahead and move all this stuff over. These worms are doing really well. I'm not seeing, here you go. I mean, there's another baby worm right here. So I'm really excited to see these babies too, and especially I'm hoping that we get more and more of them as this goes along, that we find in here. And I'm hoping that we continue to see these large worms as well. So, but what we're going to do right now is we're going to go ahead and move this over to one side, and we're going to go ahead and add in some frozen, or not frozen, this is thawed. This was previously frozen, now thawed food. So it should be nice and not freezing cold, but it will be cool to the touch. And this should heat up pretty quick, but so we're going to throw in an apple. We're going to throw in some coffee grounds in here. with the bag. More coffee grounds. Banana peel. And, hold on, we're going to throw in just a little bit more here. Another banana peel, some more coffee grounds, and let's see here. Let's grab some greens. I like to try to mix these up a little bit, so I'm going to grab some of these, what is this, Brussels sprout tips and some celery. So that way they get a variety of food in here. It's not just one food source. And then what we're going to do actually is, I'm going to kind of mix this in a little bit, because this is not frozen. We can kind of mix it into the material. It's going to get the microbes all through it. And there we go. Now we can kind of bury this in there. Now, I didn't really mark last time because I think the label is in the center. This time we are going to mark where this is by putting a piece of tape on the corner over here. Let me just take off my, actually, let me take off my glove now. It's off to the side. Let me grab my piece of tape. Put that right over here on this corner. So I've got that tape right there to mark it. And let's put our cover back on. Now, while I'm doing that, I just want to mention though, as I said, I've never seen, hold on here, I actually have, almost forgot about the bag I need to put back in here too. I'm going to put this bag right back on top. And then we'll put the cover back on. We're not adding any moisture. I didn't add any crushed crab or eggshell this time. But I'm hoping that there's enough stuff in here, especially with those wood shavings, that there's enough stuff for them to use as grit. I'm not expecting too many issues with the pH of the bin, although there could be, I guess, but I don't think there will be. And with that, the only thing I want to add here actually is, if you have any idea where these bugs might have come from. I mean, I can't believe that, here, this one's a little better to look at, I think. I still can't believe that those were in the system. I've never seen them in any of my systems before. That's very, very new. I have not added really anything other than those, those crushed, well, I should say the ground up food that I had last time. So there's been nothing that's been added to the system that should warrant having something like that in the system. So I don't know where they came from. It has to be from the bedding of some sort. I mean, I can't imagine they survived in my house and made it in there. So there has to be coming from somewhere. But we'll keep checking on it. We'll see if they come back, or if we get more of them. I'm going to keep these out of the system, obviously, the two that I took out. And we'll go from there. So thank you for watching. If you have any questions, please let me know, or comments, or if you know anything about these cocoons. I mean, like, I thought they had different size cocoons than these right here. I thought they had smaller cocoons, but those look fairly large. They look like regular red cocoons almost. So let me know what you think down in the comments. And thank you for watching.